Hey guys, Stephanie Grams with stephaniegrams.com, owner of Sewing with Steam LLC. So this is an impromptu live. Here, I'll put my hair down a little bit better. So I am working on the October, November, December, and January. So kind of like the last quarter of the Memory Bear business. And my main focus for 2021 has been the book that I published a year ago, updating that and then intertwining that with the online classes that I teach. And so I don't know if you understand all of that or if you're familiar with writing and then publishing a book and then creating your own classes. You know, if you own any type of business, I will teach you real quick what I learned. So rewind. I graduated college in 2004. At that time, I was married to my first husband, and we had 6 children. I lost one child to a miscarriage, and then my youngest child, Hannah, passed away unexpectedly when she was a toddler. In between all of that, I was going to college, either part-time or full-time, juggling my children, juggling a job, and also juggling a home-based business. So I had what we call many hats, right? And what happens when you have many hats? Something's bound to fall, right? You're going to take that particular hat off and either give it to somebody else to handle, or you put it on a shelf and you file it away for later. So let's fast forward to 2021. Here we are. How many years is that? 16 years, right? Close to 16 years ago. I always wanted to be an author, have the topic down, talk about what did I have to say that would be a buddy. I have a lot to say, and I think a lot of it is of interest to especially women who have gone through what I've gone through. I know people have gone through worse than what I've gone through, so I'm not saying that what I've gone through was worse than anybody else. So we'll keep that in mind while I talk. Again, I didn't lower my curtains for sewing for the sewing studio talk. Usually I lower the curtains to hide my sewing disasters. I have my scrunchies over there. The blankets are finally ironed and they'll be sewn together, and I'll do my best to tape that. But I thought I was going to do a sewing studio talk real quick. And then I will be on my way. And if you're new, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome. Please, if you're new, like, subscribe, and join my newsletter, and learn about the 1,000 subscriber giveaway that I have going on. Okay, anyways, here we are today. And I wrote a book. I've published 2 books. I took the first one down. I don't sell that copy anymore. I wrote a second book. That one's still up for sale. That's actually coming down and will be only given to my students. Now, when I say that, I always have a disclaimer that says I will change my mind eventually. So I probably will eventually change my mind. But my students for the October 1st, 2021 class will get a copy of my current book. All right. In that book, I talk about my struggles starting a Memory Bear and Sentimental sewing business. I talk about some of the secrets to assembling a 9-piece bear and how you can add on products. I talk about literally business. I talk about personal and family things, about juggling things. I talk about all the things, right? Saying that, disclaimer, I can't promise you success. I can't promise you'll have a great business. I can't promise a full calendar or schedule. I can't make promises to you. I don't make promises to myself, other than I do my best with what I have. All right. I hope that you are in the mindset with your business that you will show up every day and do whatever it takes to have a honest, strong, successful business. The word successful is determined by the person. Success to me is not going to be what success is to somebody else. And sorry, it looks like I'm going bald only because I'm going gray. Sorry. You probably didn't need to know that. But success to me is helping others start their company on a strong understanding of what some things they can expect. Might not work for you. What works for you may not work for me. That kind of thing. And so, one thing to do if you are on the fence about joining this class of mine, or you've already taken the first set of classes that, again, are no longer offered because I updated everything, then maybe you've purchased the book that I have out. Maybe you're on a newsletter and that's as far as you've got. I just want to make sure that you have in your mind, and maybe even write it down on your tablet, like I have all these sheets of paper. I've written down what I think is success for me and what the outcome of my everyday activities are. Why I show up in the sewing studio on a semi-regular basis, and I'll get to that in a minute, and why, if I'm not in the sewing studio, then I am showing up behind the laptop working on my class outline. But I show up to work every day. I don't know that I've ever taken one full day off from my company in years. So 7 days a week, I am either behind the sewing machine, the embroidery machine, the Cricut machine. Well, sorry, it's a Brother Cut Scan, or the laptop, or my serger. But I show up every day. So success for me, in order for me to meet my meaning of success, I have to plan out my day. I have to write down my reason why. Why am I showing up today? If I didn't get an order yesterday, what makes it any different than today, right? So you got to have your mindset, be clear on what you want, write down what you're working for, and find somebody that can help you along the way. Even if it's not me, maybe you have somebody else that can help you. That's fine. I think that's wonderful. We need to have mentors. We need to reach out to other people. A successful business is not just one person on their own. A successful business has several people outside of their immediate connections that can help them through, think, troubleshoot, things like that, right? My stuffing fork right here. I hope to answer your questions. So if you have any questions, you can ask via the newsletter, ask via the contact page on my website. Typically, I don't answer through third-party apps or social media accounts because I don't really know if it's a real person I'm talking to for the most part, that thing. Think, today might be a rough day for you. Like today is September 15th, 2021, right? And maybe your September did not start out on a strong note as far as orders go. Perhaps you're thinking this isn't for you. I want to kind of have you stop with that thought for a minute and really think, is this for you? Is this a business for you, or is this a hobby for you? So definitely know the difference between those. And I'm just going to go with the fact that you already know the difference between a hobby. I'm going to talk to the business owners. If you want this to be a business, but your order book is not as full as you had hoped, think about what you can do moving forward, starting right now today. What didn't work in the past, and what can you do now to make sure October and November are full for you? I can tell you what I've seen in my business. Since 2017, when I started taking on these orders, I get so many orders for right around Thanksgiving. So these individuals will have the bears by Christmas and then Valentine's Day. So the rest of the year can be really slow. And I'm trying to figure out my target audience and why that is. My clientele most likely is not your clientele. Every Memory Bear owner, business owner, not maker. There's a difference between a maker who is just does this as a hobby, and then there's the business owner who relies on dozens of orders a week to pay their bills and provide a service, right? If a business owner goes through those dry times, you have to kind of step back and think about, well, who is your target? Our target audience, who is your customer base? Where are they during these off seasons? Like, I can pinpoint the majority of mine are on vacation during these weird months. I do a lot of orders for snowbirds. It's just how it is. And they are busy doing fun activities, not really giving much thought to their memory bears for Christmas until, the end of October, or really Thanksgiving. Like, they really get just into the nose end of possibly getting the order back for Christmas. And I think, like, in 2020, because of the whole issue with the germs and stuff, and I don't want to say YouTube for using that word, but I think that put a stopper on a lot of the orders, because the individuals wanted to know how I was going to handle accepting clothes. And so that is an issue that we talked about. And I have a special way of how I process orders now moving forward from 2020 into the future. It's not so new to me, but it is new to quite a few of my students on how I process those orders for the safety of me and my clients and all of my customers. And I keep saying clients, so you'll just have to, totally ignore that. But my customers, I want a safe and healthy sewing studio and environment for everybody involved. All right. So hopefully you can determine who your customers are, how you can reach them, how you can get them more interested in the services that you have, how you can get repeat orders, how you can have a strong last quarter of the year. Again, my last quarter of the year is still focused on the classes and my book. I do accept orders in between, but obviously the customer reaches out to me and they find out my timeline and things like that. Know your worth when it comes to pricing. Know your worth when it comes to scheduling the orders. That way you don't lose out on life while you're trying to run your business. So today was just a random topic. I went all over the place with my topic today. Didn't have my notes, was totally just sharing some random thoughts about being a business owner these days when you offer memory bears and sentimental sewing services. And I might pop back on here this week showing you some of the tips that I have for your business. Maybe not. I don't know. If you stay tuned, then you'll definitely find out. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.